Hello to all the Road to Tour of Britain viewers. You join me on a sunny late May bank holiday in Derbyshire. I'm just out for a steady spin because I've just got back from the Tour of Estonia. Tour of Estonia was the first race in 2021 for Ribble Weldtite. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, we did get in other races. We did plan to race earlier, but things just didn't plan out. Anyway, we went to Estonia and paperwork was chaos, travel was chaos, but we got there, we got through it, we got stuck into the race. We didn't get the results we were looking for, unfortunately, but things are looking up and things are going in the right direction. Next race for us is from the 9th to the 13th of June, is the Tour of Slovenia. It'll be the biggest race we do before the Tour of Britain. It's a HC race, the same as the Tour of Britain, and there's some World Tour teams going. We're going there with open eyes and we're going to get stuck in the best we can and give it the best shot we can. That's all.
Good morning everyone. Unfortunately it's just started raining, but we're out pretty early this morning, just after 8 o'clock now. So the reason I'm heading up into the centre of Manchester this morning is to go and meet the Crimson Performance guys for their team launch slash ride this morning on the perfect bike for it. There we go. That was fun. Get the KOM, Matt.
Easy. Didn't even break your sweat there. Where were you?
And now over into Town Park. We split up into different groups to allow for different team riders to ride with different people. I jumped in a bit of a group with Matt and a few of the team riders, and yeah, a few of the guests they've got along today for their team launch ride, and yeah, it's been pretty nice so far. So I'm about 3.5 hours into my ride now, after riding an hour into the city to meet the guys. Back out, did our loop, just come through Tatton there now. Yeah, gonna head back up to Manchester, into the city, grab another coffee at Rafa, and then head home, probably round it up to around 5 hours today. So yeah, pretty good day in the saddle.
I can't not be happy with how it turned out in the end. I mean, originally, like, I'd kind of gone there with some pretty big ambitions. Like, I wanted to really win the race or at least get on the podium. So, but yeah, like, to get 2 podiums, like one of them almost a win and to win a stage, yeah, I'm definitely happy with that. I've definitely stepped up another level this year, and like you can really feel it, like when you're actually racing those guys. And I was definitely more prepared this year. But then also going back to last year, that's kind of working in service of Tom. But yeah, still, like, I know myself that I've definitely stepped up, and like I was able to be there at the point at the end on most days, really. So I come back and I picked up a bit of an illness towards the end, so I just wanted to get rid of that completely, and really kind of timed it perfectly. Just had a bit of a rest, like see some friends, which you don't often get to do. And yeah, it's going to be a pretty heavy second half of the season, so just making sure all the tees out of the legs, really. And so now it's just a bit of a steady build up to yeah, the end of the season, Tour of Britain and Worlds, really.
So yeah, I was over the moon to be able to race like I did in Tour of Slovenia. I was 5th overall on GC by the end of the week. Really pleased with that. Given the calibre of the riders that were there, I think I've done myself proud to climb with some of the best guys in the world. I'd never thought that was potentially achievable for me. Be able to, know that all my training and all my hard work's going into making me go faster. Bodes well for future races coming up, like the Tour of Britain. So yeah, racing against Tadej Pogačar was another thing entirely. To somebody like that, you can't really, look on the television and go, oh, maybe I could do that. I've obviously got a long way to go till I'm as good as he is, if ever. But yeah, obviously I've got to keep trying and see what happens.
No, I watched them all. I was trying to catch as much of it as possible, especially obviously after the second stage where he performed James really well and sort of put himself, in prime position for the GC. It was rewarding, not just from a personal and team perspective, but from James's perspective, because I think, we fundamentally believe in James as a bike rider, and that he has the capability to perform, like he showed over the last week. So for us, it was very rewarding to see that, to see him growing confidence every day.
The person who's surprised most by my results is myself. I didn't expect to be able to, like I say, perform and ride with them, sort of that calibre of rider. So yeah, and like I say, my phone was going mad. It was buzzing, social media was going crazy, people commenting, liking photos and things like that. So no, I get a really positive vibe from everything, and it's really good to like give me a morale boost going forward.
There you go, so out on my training route this morning, I bumped into Andy and his team doing a little bit of a recce here for the Tour of Britain, top of Brickworks. Don't know how much you can give away about the route yet, Andy, but how's everything looking for this year's edition?
Everything's looking pretty good, it has to be said, Tom, and you know, this is the third and final KOM of today's stage. A couple of little grippy climbs right at the beginning of the stage, still 2 sprints to go, one in Wilmslow, one in Alderley Edge, and then a super quick run into Warrington. So it's about 70k left from here.
I've been doing a lot of the past editions stages at kind of a bit of a motivation in my training as well, so yeah, it's definitely nice, and I'm definitely looking forward to this stage and hopefully perform well.
Excellent stuff. Right, safe. See you later.
So I just finished packing my race bag now, getting ready to set off for my 3rd race in 3 weeks up in North Yorkshire today, heading up to the Brownlee Centre for another crit this week after Darlingmore last week and the Holohan Road race the week before. So yeah, I've had a pretty decent start to the season, working well through those races I had planned to try and raise my level up and get the race legs going ahead of Otley GP at the end of this month, the first National Series event, which is a big target for me personally. So yeah, looking forward to getting stuck into that, and obviously the race today. So it's actually the day after the race now. Didn't actually bring my camera up to Yorkshire with me yesterday, forgot it at home, but yeah, we're out backing up yesterday's race with another big ride out here in the Peak District, just on the fringes at the moment, and then I'm going to head up into the hills and on some of the routes and climbs that are rumoured to be included in this year's stage 5, I believe, in the Tour of Britain. And yeah, so the last few weeks of racing I've been backing up the race days once I'm fatigued a little bit from the race, with another big training session afterwards, including some pretty decent efforts just to kind of put the legs under load when I'm fatigued. So hopefully that should help me going forward in the latter stages of one day and stage races we got coming up. So as far as the race went yesterday, it was yeah, a pretty aggressive race from the get-go really. Got stuck into some early moves. Just I like that style of racing, attacking right from the word go. We managed to get a few little groups away that never really kind of materialised, and then about 20 minutes into the race everyone was starting to look a little bit tired, so I just rolled off the front alone originally, and then there's a little drag on the circuit where 3 other riders came to cross to me, and then we just started working well straight away really. Good bit of cohesion in the group, had my brother Leon in there as well, so that was good to race alongside him and kind of get stuck into that. I managed the gap to the chasing group. There was some good riders in the field, so I was wary that a couple of good guys could roll across, like Joey Walker, national crit champion, and a few of the Canyon boys as well. So yeah, equally good to race against them and test the legs against some good guys in the UK. And yeah, as I say, managed the gap. And it was a bit cagey in the last couple of laps. My brother attacked with just around a lap to go, but in the end it come down to a bit of a sprint finish between the 4 of us, and I was wary it was a bit of a headwind finish, so I wanted to leave the sprint as late as possible, and almost I left it a little bit too late for my liking. Just managed to nick it on the line, but yeah, it was a good test of the legs, especially after a good block of training in the week as well. So yeah, good signs for the races coming up.
Yeah, but it's real starting back again, back into July. So a few weeks now, just building back up the fitness, and yeah, then ready to race end of July through to the end of the year really.
So yesterday, myself, Cy Wilson and Dan Bigham won the CTT team time trial national championships up in Scotland. That was a good laugh, a good run out for potential rumoured team time trial in Tour of Britain in 2021. So I'm going to take a little bit of back time, a little bit of time off the bike, recover, get back into training, get back into the swing of things, all aiming
for the big week in September.